That should be a good time. Here we are, back in the studio, Dill. Oh, and Maluman! I need to get a towel to clean him off. 1 second.
You guys aren't ready for these questions.
Come here, Maluman. Come here, you wet little doggy. Oh, you're a wet dog. So, I went on Instagram, my friends, and I asked you guys to let me know in my DMs, what do you not like about me? What annoys you about what I do, how I act, what I believe in, how I promote myself and put myself out there on social media? So I sent Dylan the questions. Got my wet little puppy dog here, and let's do it. We got Instagram Live going. We got YouTube going right here. Start us off, Dylan. What do people say about me? And don't say their usernames because we don't want to call anybody out. So it's all good. First off, let me say about criticism. I'm very open to criticism. I'm open to being wrong. And in this video, I truly intend on taking in each piece of feedback, thinking about it for a second, and hopefully I agree with you and I learn things that I need to work on. And then if I disagree with something, I'll let you guys know. All right.
They don't like that you don't live stream every morning.
Nice. That's a great thing that you don't like about me, and I should live stream more. You know, yeah, nice. Starting positive. Nice, Dylan. Good idea.
That you talk about manifestation, which I don't agree with.
Okay, someone disagrees with manifestation. So, I feel like I'm a super secular science-based person. I don't like to get into stuff that doesn't make non-evidence-based sense to me. Manifestation is interesting because I don't think I am one of those people like some on social media who are just think about something and put it on a vision board and it's gonna happen. No, here's what I'll say about manifestation. You're gonna have a much better path towards achieving a certain goal. You're gonna have more success if you're constantly living in your head and in your environment with whatever you're going towards. So manifestation is real in that, in combination with hard work and putting in the steps, if you visualize and see the person, the job, the body, the mentality that you want, my yoga teacher always said, fake it till you make it. And that's not a negative quote to me. It just means start being the person you want to be before you're even that person. And then in combination with actually working hard and taking strategy-based steps, those two things combined, a vision board, whatever, all that stuff will help you, I think, achieve your goal. I think if you're not if you're hard on yourself and negative and you're not surrounding yourself with vibes that are within alignment of what you want to build towards, I think you're going to have a harder time. Dylan, you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I think manifestation is pretty scientific. There's a lot of airy-fairy stuff that people in the vegan community or spiritual community put out that isn't really science-based, but manifestation totally is, because you when you think about something, it's in your subconscious and you're gonna unknowingly make actions towards that goal.
Yeah, and it's not to say that if you think something in your head, it's 100% gonna work. It's just definitely gonna help, and you could totally fail. It's just you might as well try to manifest and visualize and use vision boards and surround yourself with people within the vibe of what you want. It's just going to give you a better chance of success. That's all I'm saying. So don't think I'm one of these crazy The Secret manifestors where just think about something and you'll get it, man. No, it's thinking about it in combination with hard work. Yeah.
Someone doesn't like that you seem to have a lot of privilege from what they can see on your page, but they love your page.
All right, you're not happy that I came out of my mother's vagina, and it just so happened that my parents have good amounts of money and have worked really hard to put me and my brothers through the best situations. I'm so sorry that you're offended at the vagina that I came out of. I'm such a bad person. What do you think about that, Dylan?
I don't think they're talking about your mother. I think they're talking about
My straight, cisgendered, tall, white privilege?
they just said privilege. They didn't specify what type of privilege. But
So what do you think?
I
Because
mean-
again, I did not control the color of my skin. I do not control how tall I am. I do not control that I'm cisgendered and straight. So what privilege? And I acknowledge my privilege all the time. Like in so many years of my videos, I'm always like, hey, and this is coming from a financially privileged, straight, educated, handsome, tall, white man. I always say that. But like, what can I do about that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I was just saying like it doesn't have to do with the vagina you came out of. That's yeah. But people are always gonna hate you for the background you come up in if it's, you know, more abundant than theirs.
But do you think that's valid? Like, I see how it can be annoying, but again, that's just your problem. I'm just living my best life and doing what I can with what I've been given, and I tune into the gratitude of how privileged I am all the time. Guys, I've traveled the world and slept in Guatemalan poor rural homes for weeks at a time, slept in abandoned buildings in Mexico, everywhere. I know the way the world works, and I've gotten out of my privileged community in order to really see how the world works. So I am so grateful, and I understand my privilege. It's just, what do you want me to do about it? It's out of my control. And all I'm trying to do with my privilege is build the best sustainable ecosystem so that we can all live more harmoniously with the earth.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's their problem.
Your problem.
Someone doesn't like that you cut your hair.
Ah, well, I'm a balding Jewish man. Natalia wants me to grow it out again. You see how it's thick here, and it's totally thinner here. And she's like, no, it looks good. And I'm like, one day, in a few months, I'm gonna look like those dudes with the frickin' saddle or whatever you call it there, and that's not okay with me. I'd rather just honor my Jewish balding genetics. I'm a 27-year-old man, and all the men in my family are bald, so we'll see. I would love to have my long hair. I'd love to have dreads. I want it long and just everything, but sorry, I feel like I'm balding. But I'm growing it out now, so yeah, I wish I could have long hair.
Do these dots mean that there was something more to the question?
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
Or did they just put those in?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. We'll skip that. How would you describe your relationship with non-attachment or minimalism?
That's not like a negative comment about me. Only read the ones that are like something they don't like about me.
Someone says that you're overconfident and self-entitled.
Okay, let's talk about this one. I think that was the most common criticism. That I'm overconfident, maybe a little egotistical, a little narcissistic, but just overconfident. And I would agree, I am. And I think there's pluses. Well, first I'll let Dylan respond. Do you think talk about my overconfidentness and my ego and stuff.
I don't think overconfidence is a bad thing. What's your definition of self-entitled?
I guess entitled means like someone who feels like they have the right to something. That
Yeah.
isn't like a legal right, but like they have the right to anything.
Yeah.
Do you think I go around feeling like I have more rights than the other average person?
Not really. I don't notice that too much.
And Dylan's lived with me every day for 3 months.
Yeah, but the overconfidence, that's an everyday thing, but it doesn't affect anyone's lives but yours.
Boom. All right, so let's talk about my overconfidence. I agree. I am overly confident. I think I'm freaking awesome. How many people have biked 15 countries, have grown food, speak 2 languages, have had beautiful relationships? I rescue dogs and they turn out to be the best, coolest dogs ever. I tried to build some muscle. I did it successfully. I stayed consistent. I literally wake up and I'm stoked to live. Like I wake up at 5 and every day I'm like, all right, I want to cuddle my beautiful girlfriend, but I also can't wait to get out of bed and just start crushing life in all my different facets. Who's posted 1,150 YouTube videos on the internet? I'm overly confident because I grew up in a privileged situation where my parents and teachers and grandparents told me I was awesome and I'm entitled to pursue my dreams. Yes, I was told that, and I think that's great. And I have used that privilege to educate myself, and I didn't go out and become a stockbroker or a lawyer, and there's nothing wrong with that. I also didn't become a doctor or a things that are very admirable, but you know, I studied environmental sustainability. I went out and traveled to really poor, impoverished parts of the world to try to get another perspective. I think what I've done is awesome, and I'm 27 and I have a huge vigor for life, and I have cool friends and cool dogs and a beautiful girlfriend, and I love myself. So these comments that you don't like that I'm overconfident, but the more confidence the reason I was able to bike alone into Central American and Asian countries that I've never been to and have those rich experiences, whereas most people think they'll die if they do that, is because I'm overconfident. And I went out and did it and make videos for all you guys and expanded my mind. And that was such a positive experience that I decided to live in Central America, and I'm building a permaculture fruit farm. So show me where my overconfidentness has been a negative. And I'm sure it can, I'm sure some people who aren't as confident can see it and they're like, oh, that guy's a little bit aggressive or overconfident. That's fine, but that's not really an incentive for me to be less confident, because I love my confidence. So if it offends a few people who have self-esteem issues, I'm sorry you have those issues, but I'm not gonna be more quiet or anything. A lot of my overconfidence have given me the best things in life. I've decided to take risks and make changes and do things. So I just keep killing it with overconfidence. And you know how good it feels to be confident and love yourself and think you're smart and educated and rational and sexy and compassionate? Feels good. So I'm gonna keep doing it.
Is there such thing as too much of that?
Sure, if it starts to offend people. I just choose to use my overconfidence. No, but if it offends people in a objective way, if you're hurting other people or you make people feel bad with what you say.
Yeah.
All my overconfidence is just about look what my food does for my body. You can do it too. Oh, I'm gonna go explore these countries and go see how other people live because I grew up in this privileged situation. That's not hurting anyone. That's literally just... So yeah, I think if you're overly confident, you're egotistical, you don't care about others, you only care about yourself. If I only cared about myself, I'd use my privileged situation that I grew up in Hollywood, Los Angeles, and I'd be working some job, making a fuck ton of money, and living at a dope house with a massive pool, not caring about growing my own food or whatever. I'm living in a small, rural, and according to America, definitely poor, impoverished community trying to grow my own food and rescue animals. That's what I do with my overconfidence. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
I stay in perspective. I watch the news. I watch right-wingers, left-wingers, centrists. I care about things. I actually care about the reality things. I'm not just in my egotistical bubble thinking I'm awesome. I go out and try to learn and interact with people and provide people the cheapest, vegan, healthy food at my local feria. I don't know. So that's what I think about. You think I'm overconfident? It's probably just because you want some of this, right? And you can do it. You just have to have this mentality in life that nothing fucking matters other than you listening to your heart and doing what gets you off the best you can. That's what I've been doing, and it's been working for me.
Okay, next one.
What that one?
Yeah, you act like you know it all and talk over others. Much love, though.
Dylan,
Star David.
how many times have you heard me say out of my mouth, this is what I think, but I don't claim to know anything? How often do I say that?
Often, not all the time, but often.
Often. So a part of being a YouTuber is you guys are here to listen to what I have to say about things. So I'm gonna always speak my mind on what I think and what is my truth, but I'm agnostic. I'm not atheist. I don't think there's definitely no God, and your Christianity and Judaism and Islam is stupid. Why do you waste your time with that? I'm just gonna tell you, I think those are all human creations, and there's no day of judgment or heaven or hell or God. You're just living your own experience. Just try to do the best you can. And I may be wrong. So I don't claim to know anything. All I've done is been privileged to get educated a lot, and I love to share my opinion, and I'm so open to being wrong about anything. I just continue to accumulate data and read and research, and when I realize, oh my God, I was wrong about something, I'll be the first person to say that. But I study and I look into things, and then once I really have a formed opinion, I share it on the internet, and of course I'm gonna think I'm right because I'm sharing my opinion to you guys. But it's always an opinion. I don't claim to be right. How can I know anything? How can we know anything? So I feel you that you think I know everything, but I'm just sharing what I learn, and it might always be wrong. And I'm totally cool with that.
Do you think sometimes you could present your opinion as if it were a fact? Or like the way you present your opinions sound like they're being presented as facts?
Sure. But if someone said, hey, what you just said I think is an opinion, not a fact, and then I thought about it, and if it turns out, yeah, that's totally opinion, I'll be the first to say, you're right, what I just said is not a fact, that's my educated opinion. And it might be different than your educated opinion, and that's great. Like,
Yeah.
Dylan and I debate about like political philosophy in a slightly different way. I'm a progressive. I believe in a lot of regulation when it comes to violence, guns, the environment, corporatism. I think we should regulate the shit out of stuff because in my opinion, we've seen what happens to the earth and to society when we let humans and corporations do whatever. So I would love a benevolent dictator like Bernie Sanders who's there for the middle class, the disempowered or less empowered people in the environment, and I think that's right, but I will be open to saying all my political philosophy is an opinion, because of course it can't be right, it's just a philosophy. So whenever I talk, I'm going to talk from my opinion of what I think is right, but of course it could be wrong, and whoever could be right, because we don't know these things. We're not born knowing this is right and this is wrong, it's all opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like
Isn't it annoying that I'm not only overconfident, but I'm just the most rational vegan on the planet?
Do you feel like you talk over others?
I definitely talk over others. That's something I should work on. I get that criticism. Here's the first thing where I'm fully surrendering. A flaw of mine is talking over others. It's also a strong suit, because that's the reason why I have way more YouTube videos published than you ever have if you've tried. I have over 1,000 that I've published because I'm such an over-talker, an over-explainer, and I cut people off. So there's benefits, of course. It makes me confident. I'm good at speaking. I can have a
Maybe
podcast.
that's where people get offended with the overconfidence thing. Where you're like, oh, I got more than you. But I mean, that is technically truth, but I guess the way it's presented, people will get butthurt.
I need to work on it. I cut people off and it hurts them, and I don't want to do it because it doesn't feel good for me to get cut off, so I shouldn't cut other people off. It's weird when it comes to my YouTube channel, and that's the only way you guys are seeing me, because like, I'm clearly a bit more talkative and charismatic than Dylan in this situation because it's my channel. So it's like I'm gonna probably talk 80% of the time and you 20 because it's my YouTube channel. But I think I do it in.
Questions are all about you.
Yeah, but no, I do it in real life too. Like, people have told me, you gotta slow down, let me talk, and thank you for that criticism, and I'll do the best I can to work on it.
For sure. There's not really much more. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Other things are just questions or people saying hello.
cool. Hope you guys liked that video. Let me know of any more criticisms you have about me or things that annoy you. that I do in the comments, and maybe I'll make another video. I appreciate you listening. Much love, Dream Extreme. Go follow Just Eat Nature on Instagram and YouTube, link down below. That's Dylan's channel.
I got some ebooks out now. Click the link in my Instagram. Go and kill yourself.
Healing, whole food, nutrition,
Ayurvedic medicine.
Ayurvedic
studies in the
medicine.
Hare Krishna temple.
This dude, at 19 years old, was a Hare Krishna monk in New York, living the strict monk life. So he's got a lot of wisdom. He's got cheap ebooks. Go check him out. Educate yourself.
Peace, guys.
Nice. Wow.